And that's what I set out to do. And behold, the second brain, 600 nodes of pure interconnected brilliance. It's majestic, but it's also useless. It's impossible to find anything in here. I am tired of dealing with this like a peasant. Using some elaborate filing system is not for me. I cannot do the manual labor of searching through hundreds of notes for one thing or reading through a 1,000 line note just to find one mention. And I'm lazy. So I will build an AI personal assistant to read my notes. I could use something like Notebook LM, but I really don't want my boss to read my private fantasies. Training AI is hard and expensive, and training it constantly with new data is harder. Best way of feeding an AI constantly changing data is through something called a RAG. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Whenever you ask the AI a question, a system feeds the related information to answer that question, and the AI can sift through the mess instead of me doing the dirty work. Put simply, it's basically whispering hints to the AI so it can read my notes and figure out the answer. To make this work, we convert our notes into something called vectors or embeddings. These are just numbers which represent meaning of the text. So if I were to embed the food stuff, the word broccoli will find healthy things like apple floating right next to it, but french fries far away from it. There are limits on how much the embedding model can consume at once. So we break down our file into many chunks and store them separately. We leave breadcrumbs in each chunk so the embedding model knows what all is related. And we put all of this in a vector database. A vector database simply allows us to query for vectors which are close to each other. Now all that's left is to code it, the chunking, the embedding and inserting it into the database. The AI can't be trusted on its own. It hallucinates and sometimes spouts nonsense. We monitor certain metrics to evaluate our system: recall, answer relevancy, context relevancy, and faithfulness. Set up an automated judge to grade the AI against a golden dataset of perfect answers. This golden dataset consists of three things: some nodes of mine, which is the ground truth, a question extracted from the ground truth by the generator AI, and the references that our system returned when the question was given to it. So I made like 100 odd questions from this, and you really don't need to do the manual work. Frameworks like RAGAS takes care it for you. To evaluate our pipeline, we run another judge AI for each question. It takes the ground truth questions and the retrieved context as inputs. What this basically allows me to do is iterate on the different embedding models or strategies. I can run the numbers after each change and see if it has actually improved or gone down the drain. When building the golden dataset, don't accidentally delete it while experimenting, and definitely don't run it on the whole dataset multiple times. Experiment with smaller subsets before running on the full one. Otherwise, you will end up paying your monthly rent twice. I'll be fully embracing vibe coding because I need to top the token usage leaderboards so I could finally get a promotion at work.
Several days later.
I also quickly set up an MCP server to fetch the notes and hooked it up to Gemini CLI. I literally just ask my question and it is able to find things. It works surprisingly well for something put together with hope and duct tape. The LLM had as the context, and below you see the actual summarized note that the LLM gave me. Now I can just keep asking it questions or ask things for new stuff. And that's all. Pretty fun side project that I have actually used. I mean, I had fun building this. I hope you had fun watching it too.